Winthrop and friends. I'm Kevon, and this is our show, The List, where we highlight students that are making an impact on campus, as well as our performers and fellow DSU members. Today, I have the pleasure of being with Winthrop student and drag queen Rebecca Starr. Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm fine. So it's good to have you here today. So you are a Winthrop student. So I guess my first question for you would be like, why did you choose Winthrop?
Winthrop has that like super welcoming and inviting environment that I am just craving. I almost went to Clemson, but they didn't have that same environment that feels welcoming that Winthrop does. It's amazing to be here because I get complimented all the time, whereas like if I went to Clemson, I feel like I might have gotten hate crimed maybe once or twice.
Okay.
But no, so, and then plus Winthrop, they offer me more money. And the archery club plus the improv club that meets every week was like of big interest to me, and so to be able to do it, it's just so much fun. I also like the smaller class sizes. I love being able to interact with teachers, them knowing my name, me knowing them, and so it's all around a community, and so that's what I love.
Cool. So it sounds like there's been like really good reception. You felt like really welcome here.
Absolutely.
That's really good.
Oh, absolutely.
Good. So I think the next question is like, who is Rebecca Starr? Like for people that don't know who you are.
I am an Elvin Princess from a different world almost. I love things like medieval, so like not just elves, mermaids, vampires, fairies, just anything like magical almost is who I am. It's what I love to do, whether it's in a more gothic setting or like very pastel. I just love anything fantasy. I'm a huge nerd. I love Dungeons and Dragons, so like I'm very inspired by that, and so.
So do you have like any other inspirations besides like maybe like Dungeons and Dragons that like drew you to that like aesthetic?
I mean, not really. I have to say that I just love fantasy, and I mean, I've always liked dresses as a kid and wigs as a kid. And so as soon as I started doing drag, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, which was fantasy drag, because it's not very common that you see it at all. And so I was like, this is something that nobody's doing, but it would be so cool to like see in a drag queen. And so I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Cool. So it sounds like you're kind of like a trailblazer with like maybe like venturing into like an aesthetic that others don't do. If that's right.
There are other queens who do things that are similar, but we're not the same. Everyone has a very different interpretation of what an elf should look like, should be. And so I wouldn't say I'm a trailblazer because there are other queens who do it, but it's far and few. And so I just love doing me, and I'm not really concerned with what others are doing because I'm just wearing things that I like and wearing things that I love.
That's really good. So you're here today in a beautiful dress. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, absolutely. I believe it was last summer, I hand painted and sewed the skirt, this entire gown. The corset was pre-bought, but I still like to say I made this. But I did hand paint everything on here. I had a friend or two help me because this was very large, but most of the painting was done by me. And yeah, Starry Night is an amazing painting, and I've always loved it as a kid. So whenever I was given like a challenge to do like some kind of art to reality-esque thing, I knew I wanted to do this. I'm here with my Van Gogh hair and my one ear cut off, and so.
Oh, that's right. No, that's really creative. That's
yeah, I have one elf ear on. I mean, my real ear. This one's cut off.
Cool. So do you think it takes like an artistic eye to like do drag, like to do it well, I guess?
I mean, in a sense, yes, but there's no right or wrong. My God, there's no right or wrong way to do drag. I think drag is for everyone. Anyone who wants to do it, I say try it once. And overall, like, just in fashion, it's all about wearing what makes you feel comfortable and what you like to wear. And so I don't know if it necessarily takes an artistic eye. That's where my drag goes, is more artsy and different. But there are plenty of other types of drag. There's plenty of other drag queens. Some venture more into fashion, some the pageant scene, some club kids. So I just think that you don't have to have an artsy eye per se to do drag. I think it's for everyone.
Okay, that's really interesting. do you have anything that you like want to bring to Winthrop, like that you want to communicate through drag?
I mean, I am very political and politically minded, so I mean, I was at the protest that happened on campus, and I was in drag for that as well. That was just more happenstance than like planned, but I believe that drag queens in it are very political. It's a very political thing to do because it's very non-traditional. It's something that it takes a lot of guts to do, especially in the climate that we're in currently. And so if I could bring anything to Winthrop, it's, while it is an accepting environment, it could be more accepting. And so I want everyone to feel safe and comfortable here. And anything that's gonna make people not feel safe and comfortable needs to be addressed and taken care of.
That's a really good message. I agree. So I think now we're gonna play a game. We're gonna give you 15 seconds to go over your top 10 favorite drag queens, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I can do that. I can
Okay.
try.
I guess I'll have to count the 15 in my head because I don't have the timer. But I guess we'll do like 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, go.
Gottmik, Crystal Method, Dita Ritz, Latrice Royale, Jada Essence Hall, Gigi Good, Benda La Creme, Shangela.
That's 10.
That was 10.
Okay, you got it.
I think so.
I hope so.
Math's not my strong suit.
Good. Yeah, no, you did good. Awesome. So now this is the part of our interview whenever we're gonna bring in our, I guess, panel that has the list on it, and you'll be like immortalized for us to just remember this moment.
I mean, how could I forget? This is awesome. I love it here. Okay. Okay, ow.
Yeah, all right.
My
Thank you
handwriting's
so
not
much.
good.
But thank you so much for being here today. It's been a pleasure to be with you in your beautiful dresses.
It was nice to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
so
too.
much.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks so much for tuning in today on The List. We were here today with Rebecca Starr. I'm Kevon, and please make sure to follow us on our social medias at Winthrop DSU on Instagram.
Yeah, you were closing. Thanks
Oh.
for,
Oh, okay.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for
Well-
following.
Awesome. Oh, you did good.
Red button?